Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and another video on my wife's new Audi A3. So if you didn't see the previous video, go check it out. I'll put a link in the description somewhere up here. But basically we had the car delivered. We did a complete strip down of the front end to remove any of the damaged components, to work out our kind of list of stuff that I need to buy. Put out there to some of you guys whether we should just keep it standard or go for an S-line front end. Well, we've decided to keep it as standard, mainly down to the fact of the cost of those bumpers. So let me just go through something with you right now. So if we look here on eBay and I do a search for an Audi A3 front end, so ours is the 8B, the facelift, they're going for something like £2,500 to £3,000 depending on the condition. So I don't really want to spend that amount of money when we only spent £4,500 on the car itself. So that got me thinking, now can I build this front end up with parts for less than buying a complete front end, just buying the individual bits? So then I thought, right, I'll have a look and see how much just a bumper is. And this is where it really got me. So you're looking at nearly £300 in some cases for a bumper which has got damage on it. And I mean, that's just mad to me. So I sat on it for quite a while. This has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and I finally found the correct bumper. Now that's just been delivered, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to get that into this video, so that will be in the next one. But yeah, let's see how we get on and check out the progress on the car. Okay, we're back and I have some parts been delivered, which is really good. This one actually was about 70 quid. So spin you around. We have a new slam panel. It wasn't as straightforward as I thought. I'd be able to just unbolt all the bits on the front, throw this one on, because if we look around here, you see we've got these, let me just get that, you see those two holes there and there? Well, that's where the aircon pipes go. If I move this out of the way, I'll show you on the car. So down here, we've got these two aircon pipes that they go through. So rather than just being able to kind of fit it all up, I had to arrange for someone to come and degas the whole aircon system. So the one time I've built a car where it's got nice ice cold aircon and there's no impact on the cooler, on the rad, yeah, it's actually ended up costing me 50 quid for somebody to come out and take all the aircon gas out. But yeah, well, enough said on that. You win some, you lose some. I'm going to now get this rad pack swapped over and we'll get the new one on. Okay, so we're back. It's the following week. I had a few issues. So in that video clip there you just saw, I just stripped off the old slam panel and was going to go and fit in the other one. And then I found out that that part was actually wrong. So even though I checked, put the reg in and it came up as an eBay assured fit, it was too thick. So I now have the correct slam panel. So what we'll do is we will pick up where we left off. I just popped everything back on with the slam panel missing. But basically the issue I had, this is the old one, and it was on this side here. On the new one that was delivered, this section here was a lot thicker, so it came sort of straight up. So if you see here, look, it curves inwards, whereas the other one that got delivered, that kind of came straight up here and was too thick, and therefore when you tried to get these into place, it wouldn't fit. So I've ordered two new brackets. They hopefully should be here today. They weren't expensive. I think they're about £8 for two. So we can fit two new brackets. So I had to break one of them to get the old slam panel off. But yeah, we'll pick up the time lapse and we'll get all this bit buttoned up. Oh, and other thing, because it's been a week, I've now found and had another headlight delivered. I've got a touch-up pen to sort out this little bit of paint just up here. So yeah, we're pretty much going to be able to rebuild the whole front end. The bumper's on order, the grill's arrived. I managed to get that at a good bargain price. I managed to get an S-line grill, so it's gloss black rather than matte black. and that was like £100 off Facebook Marketplace. So we've done really well on that. So without anything else to say, let's crack on and get this put back together. That's it all fitted. I've taken off these knackered brackets. They kind of sit behind there and come through these two holes here. So the other ones are supposed to be here today. So I've just left it loose, just put a bolt in there temporarily so I can do that. But I can make sure the alignment is then all done on areas like up there where that hole is. So that's pretty much there. And I say next step is I'm going to test the new headlights, but we need to transfer all of the ballasts and everything over from the old headlights onto the new one so we can test both of those are working as well. So let me get set up for that. Okay, so we have our second-hand replacement headlight. This one, I got it for, I think it was £300. So what I need to do, as you can see, the old headlight is smashed to bits, which is not a great, but what we can salvage from it is the modules. So these need to transfer across to here. Now when the car came, these lights worked absolutely fine, all the bulbs and everything worked fine before I took them out, but we'll need to go through and, oh, that one's got a bulb in it. Okay, cool. What's this one? Yeah, that's got a bulb in it. So there are bits that I'll be able to salvage from this, which I can potentially sell. So we need to get the ballast transferred across, and there's a, I think that's a DRL module at the back there. Looks like it's just T20 Torx, and again there just 3 T20 Torx. So let's get those swapped over now. Okay. So that's the modules transferred over. Let's just snip that off. So I'm going to get the other headlight out, do the module transfer over on that one as well, and then we'll have both of them set up ready to go. Driver's side headlight was a lot cheaper. I think I got this for like just over £200, but the reason for that is it's missing the bulbs, it's missing all the ballasts. I don't know if this one's missing as well. No, that bulb's already in, so we're okay for that. So on this one, slightly more complex than the other one. I need to actually transfer over the bulb unit and the casing for the back. I would say we're good to go to give these a test. They're a bit marked up. And I think this one had, yeah, so it has a crack in the tab here. Just make sure you can see that. So there's a crack in the tab here. This top one is absolutely fine. And then this one here is broken as well. But you can, as you can see from here, buy a lug repair kit. But I think I've got enough parts off the other headlight to kind of do a repair myself on that. And that I'm just going to put a, I guess, hot staple on that top one there. So what I'm going to do is get these roughly into place now. And then we'll plug them in, reconnect the power to the car and see if they work. Just check unlock. I thought there was going to be something that had gone wrong and it wouldn't be that straightforward, but that's all working perfectly. Excellent. On to the next thing. Right, so we know the headlights are now working. We're just waiting for these two little radiator brackets to arrive, and I've just seen the Royal Mailman go by, so hopefully it's there being delivered now, and then we can build all this back up. What I'm going to do on this wing, because it is tweaked over, on the other side, on the new wing, it was missing this kind of inner bracket that sits along here. If you look on the one that's already on there, this is the inner bracket, and it's got 3 little rivets. You've got 1, 2, 3 there. I'm going to drill out the rivets on this while I can remove the headlight easily to get access, and I'm going to bend that back over and then use the headlight as a reference point to kind of get that aligned. And I bought a rivet gun, And I looked online for Audi, you've got to spend like 40 quid to buy the kit that gives you those 3 rivets. And all they are is a 3.2 by 6 mil standard rivet, and then I'll just put some paint over the top. So yeah, spot on, right on time, 2 new brackets. So I'll get the headlights disconnected, I'll take the battery back off, and we'll get all this slam panel fitted up properly with our new radiator brackets. Bit of a faff, but what I had to do is you have to actually get the slam panel to sit in front of the impact bar at the bottom here, but then the impact bar needs to sit in front of it at the top here. So you had to kind of like lean it in at an angle to get it all bolted up. And then I just had to do a final adjustment to get these 2 little self-tapping plastic screws, well not plastic screws, but the metal screws that go into plastic into position. So that is all now buttoned up and solid. So I'll put the other bits and pieces back on the front, and then what I'm going to start working on is on this wing, get all that just tweaked over, because it just needs to bend very slightly over this way. Then we'll get the other wing in place, get the headlights in, and we should be pretty much done. Oh, the only other thing I need to do, in here there should be 2 little radiator ducts. So basically it's a sheet of plastic that kind of sits around here, clips into the front of the slam panel, and then just make sure it channels the air directly into the radiator. Now they were £45 each plus £20 postage from Germany if you buy them online. However, I managed to get both for 48 quid directly from my local Audi dealership. So I was hoping they were going to be in today. I don't know what time the parts department shuts, but I'll give them a ring and just check. But that will be the last thing that needs to go in. But they can be put in even if everything else is built up, with the exception of the bumper being on. So we're doing all right on that. I need to get a replacement hinge, not hinge, sorry. I need to get a replacement latch for the bonnet, because the one that I have is all bent out of shape, and then I'll be able to get this all latched into place. So I think the next thing, do the wing, finish off the front bits here, get the headlights in, and then I'm going to fit the latch system, because we've got a new mechanism to go on the bonnet release, because our old one was basically just destroyed. But yeah, I think we're making good progress, so we'll carry on. Right, so I've just been going through the boot, and I remembered in the pile of debris that was in the bottom here were these pipes, and I've been trying to figure out what they're for, and I suddenly looked at this one, and you see that? That's a repair lug, so they've come off the headlights. And after a little bit of looking around, sorry if you can hear the kids in the background, they've been playing up today, it actually pops into the back of the headlight there, and then routes round, and I've just temporarily clipped in what's left of this air guide, you know, these 2 that I mentioned that I need to order, and it looks like it pops into there, just like that. And all it is basically a drainer to stop any moisture building up in the headlights. But yeah, just thought I'd share that little bit. So I just cracked on and got as much done as I possibly could. I've just hung the new grille on there, just on those 3 bolts at the top, just so it's not something else I don't have to store in the house. But yeah, as we can see, we've got some alignment issues that I need to adjust, but I can't do anything until I get the bumper, which is not going to be until mid next week. Ooh. So headlights we've done, they're currently unplugged, the battery's unplugged. Put those 2 pipes on that I found in the boot. I have done the rivets for the wing. So this is our insurance approved wing with our original inner bracket. Now that might be a problem if that inner bracket is bent or out of shape, but it seems to be okay. The panel gap on here, if we look at this, I took a bit of adjusting. I think I've pretty much got that spot on. There we go. I'm still questioning as to whether I can save the bonnet. I mean, it doesn't look too bad on this side. I know it's slightly up, but that's because I need to get the clip to hold it down in place. Seeing if we can get somebody to take this dent out of the bonnet here and try to take that pressure off it. It's almost like it needs kind of like a pull from the front just to kind of straighten it out with some heat. So maybe we'll be able to play around with that tomorrow. But my main aim for tomorrow is the dashboard. I've got all the dashboard kit, the front seat belts, the knee airbag, the steering wheel airbag, and if I can get through all of that tomorrow and get all of that done, then that means the interior is complete. The only thing we won't be able to do is anything with the interior until the module gets back. So I've got to take the module out tomorrow. That's going to go off to the airbag team, and then when that gets back, we can then fully test it. But before I'm going to remove anything in the car, I'm going to do a code read in the morning using VCDS, just to make sure that I clear any codes that are in there that are possible for any of the sensors. Okay, well, I think that's a good point to end today's episode on the A3. I think we're making good progress on there. Like I say, the bumper has arrived now, and I have got that complete airbag set up. So we'll probably have the next video just finishing off the front end, and then hopefully we can also include stripping out the interior on that, getting the new dash airbag kit all fitted. The one thing I decided to change my plan on was, rather than taking the airbag kit and everything out, was to first get the front end complete, mainly due to the fact there's some crash sensors on there, and I don't want any kind of random errors for the fact that not everything is built back up. So I'll do that, do the VCDS scan. I'm also going to try our X-Tool scanner, which I've done a review on, see what that can do. But yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please take that time out just to hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, share it on social media with your friends, and nothing else to say. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.